These matchups are mouthwatering. The coaching talent is through the roof. And I told you on Monday, I like this new NCAA tournament. If this is what it's going to be moving forward, and we're going to have less upsets on the opening Thursday, less upsets on the opening Friday, I will trade that for an incredible round of 16, an incredible Elite 8, a great Final Four Saturday, and 2 stud teams, 2 Titans playing for the national championship game on National Championship Monday night. Like, just consider this, and we'll do way more on this tomorrow and obviously Friday, which will be game days in the round of 16. Duke and St. John's. Pitino against Shire. Duke coming off playing, I think, pretty poorly in 3 of 4 halves in its first 2 games against the St. John's program. Resuscitated, resurrected. I'm at church this past Sunday. The gospel is Lazarus coming back from the dead. Roll out the boulder. Now, I'm not comparing Rick Pitino to a certain person here, but I'll just say St. John's was dead. And now here's St. John's in the Sweet 16, ready to take on the Duke Blue Devils. Oh, baby. And Pitino, the revenge that he got in 2013 against Duke when Louisville annihilated the Blue Devils en route to a national championship. Not enough. Not enough for Pitino, who wants to take down Duke. And Duke looking to springboard into the Elite 8 against either, and how amazing is this East region, against either Tom Izzo and Michigan State, or Danny Hurley and UConn. Man, 2 NCAA tournament meetings between those 2 schools in history. 2009 in the Final Four, won by Michigan State before Carolina and Roy Williams beat Sparty in the national title game. 2014 in the Elite 8, UConn winning that game, en route to Shabazz Napier and Kevin Ollie and the Huskies winning one of the weirder national championships ever against Boogie Cousins in Kentucky. Amazing stuff there for UConn in 2014. Huskies a 1.5-point favorite against Sparty coming up on Friday night. Nebraska, Iowa is probably the game with the least juice in quotes, and I think it's got a ton of juice. Ben McCollum, one of the great up-and-coming coaches in college basketball, off the upset of Florida. Freddie Hoiberg, a former NBA coach, obviously, who's got Nebraska in the Sweet 16 for the first time in school history. You gotta love it. These 2 football schools in the Sweet 16 in college basketball. Illinois-Houston is one of the great high-leverage games in the history of the round of 16, where the winner of that game, you can make the case, will play for the national championship, win the national championship. Illinois and Houston. Arizona, Arkansas. Tommy Lloyd and company against John Calipari and Darius Acuff. How great is that? Texas is an 11 seed coached by Sean Miller. That ain't your average run-of-the-mill 11 seed. This ain't VCU. This ain't LaSalle. It's Texas taking on Matt Painter and Purdue. And you can bleep all over Matt Painter. The guy went to a national championship game a couple of years ago. Michigan and Bama. Dusty May and Nate Oates. Iowa State and Tennessee. Otzelberger and Rick Barnes. This is the first Sweet 16 in the history of the NCAA tournament to feature 3 coaches with at least 900 wins. Pitino, Izzo, Calipari. Now, 2012, in my estimation, when you think about the NCAA tournament, will always be the gold standard for coaches. Cal, Izzo, Roy, Pitino, Boeheim, Self, Donovan, all national champions. This one, though, pretty special, pretty damn good. And I can't wait for it.